Start off by giving us a mission. This will allow fuel to be introduced. Gonna prime it. All right. My beacon light. I'm gonna let everyone know that this plane's about to start up. My master will come on. This latch, just push it down so it locks in place. I'm gonna check both sides here, make sure no one's standing in front of me. Good. Prop clear.
Ground control and clearance delivery combined on 120.02. Runway 27 left, 27 right, and 30 in use.
Well, it looks like it's a pretty good day for flying.
Oh yeah, simple day.
Show me, where's Miami Springs from here? A lot of history in Miami Springs.
Oh yeah.
So Miami Springs is this way for a 3-4 o'clock. Pretty incredible history.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Founded back in 1926 by Hamilton Furnace.
From above, it's sometimes described as a triangle of emerald, lush oak trees, rolling green fairways, and a small community you'd almost miss on the other side of a bustling Miami International Airport. And it's no coincidence the city of Miami Springs was founded by an aviator named Glenn Curtis. The affinity for flight is everywhere here. And the emphasis on family and community is baked into the landscape.
Everything is so organized and so peaceful, and it's like, it's a different world.
I always say it's the best small town in all of Miami-Dade County.
What makes it unique?
Us, the people. We care about the city.
And then there's the Circle. It's a hub that's been the heart of this city.
¿Cómo se dice bling en español?
Bling bling, esto se dice brillo.
Or to get schooled in fresh fashion.
¿De dónde eres?
De Cuba.
¿Por qué aquí en Miami Springs?
Porque es un lugar tranquilo.
Todo está cerca aquí.
Todo está muy cerca, downtown cerca, Hialeah cerca, aeropuerto lo tengo acá atrás cerca.
Some businesses embracing the vintage, like this 40-year-old tattoo parlor sign, still intact above a new place to get inked.
Everybody knows it, so that was the reason that I keep the old lettering from the top. I really love the environment. You are in Miami, but at the same time, you are not in Miami.
So what's the best thing about being a tattoo artist?
Well, I will say that connection with people.
This is what she's gonna get done.
Maybe we're feeling the connection too.
Let's take a look at it. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Miami Springs 100. Perfecto. First tattoo.
Oh man, welcome to the team. Welcome to the club. That's how we all start.
Perfect. Let's take a look. I think that'll work. Looking good. Miami Springs 100. Here we go.
So how did Miami Springs take flight? And what drew aviator Glenn Curtis here? Coming up, we go back in time to the story of two friends whose visions gave birth to more than just one South Florida city.
They named that plot of land, it used to be called South Hialeah. They named it Country Club Estates. 1930, they changed the name to Miami Springs.
Plus, how Miami Springs and Miami Aviation were born one and the same.
Almost everybody in Miami Springs worked for one of the airlines, either Pan Am, National, American, or Eastern.
And later,
I think a lot of special things are coming this year and the next for the Springs and for the surrounding community.
a century old. What does the future look like for this city Centennial? And some trivia before we go. Why is the city called Miami Springs? The answer when we come back. So how did Miami Springs get its name? Fresh drinking water was discovered underground during development of the golf course. It supplies the city's water to this day and is also the reason for the name change from Country Club Estates to Miami Springs in 1930.
Miami Springs started with Hialeah.
In the early 1900s, a cattleman named James Bright came to South Florida and bought thousands of acres of swampland.
In 1916, he lent a small plot of land to Glenn Curtis, who was looking for a new place to establish his air school that was on Miami Beach.
Glenn Curtis was an aviator and a visionary from upstate New York, obsessed with speed, flight, and city building. He and Bright formed a fast duo.
Glenn Curtis and James Bright got along so well that Glenn Curtis bought out James Bright's brother's portion of the Bright Brothers Ranch, and it became the Curtis Bright Ranch. In 1921, they decided to plot off plots of land and call it Hialeah. And in 3 months, the land was selling so well that they decided to buy 900 acres on the south side of the canal to develop and include a golf course there.
First, it was called South Hialeah. Then Country Club Estates, officially incorporated in 1926.
1930, they changed the name to Miami Springs, and here we are in Miami Springs.
Miami Springs, Hialeah, and then Opa-locka, all founded by Curtis and all incorporated within a year of each other. But Miami Springs is where Curtis would make his home. The architecture here is unlike any other.
Come on in. This is Glenn Curtis's original living room.
You can still see it in the restored Glenn Curtis Mansion.
The architecture here, and in some places in Miami Springs, is very unique.
Right. It's Pueblo Mission architecture is what it's called. Came primarily from Arizona, Sedona area, as opposed to our sister city of Opa-locka, that is the Arabian Nights. So when Glenn and his crew came down and laid out the cities, they chose themes for each one.
Stucco, buttresses, flat roofs, and a secret stairway.
Why did Glenn Curtis need a secret stairway?
Well, his bedrooms were up here, and he hated social events, so he would always escape. All right, it's a secret.
The secret stairway?
Absolutely.
So where does this lead to?
This leads back up into what would have been Glenn's bedroom.
Even an outdoor kitchen.
So Glenn Curtis, aviator, inventor of all sorts of things, is grilling steaks here?
Absolutely. He might have had someone help him with that.
The freewheeling boom times soon turned to devastation. The Great Hurricane of 1926 ripped apart swaths of South Florida, destroying parts of brand new cities with so much promise. But Miami Springs was largely unscathed.
It was amazing. There was only one death reported in Miami Springs.
During World War II, the city served as an active support hub for the nearby Miami Army Airfield. This retirement center was once a hotel country club, repurposed to house recuperating military personnel.
The Country Club Hotel, Battle Creek Sanatorium, was leased to the Army during the war from 1942 until 1945.
Back at the Curtis Mansion, over the years, the building has been reborn several times. First as the Miami Springs Villas, used by airline executives and flight attendants.
There used to be a pool up at this level, put in by the aviation executives so the flight attendants would have a place to rest.
And legend has it, it's where Hugh Hefner got the idea for the Playboy Club. The ground's now the backdrop for high-profile events and music videos.
Who are some of the notable people who have shot music videos and have had weddings here? Lips are zipped.
There's some that haven't been released yet, so we have to watch it. But no, as I mentioned, Christina Aguirre has been here. The Estevans have been here.
But always with a nod to flying somewhere in the backdrop. next. A history tied to aviation and a founder who made history in the industry. It only makes sense the community embraces flight.
So this was a place where employees would come after a shift, after a hard day.
Yeah, it was a favorite watering hole for everybody at the airlines.
From restaurants with views of airport runways to the job opportunities, we fly higher into the heartbeat of Miami Springs. Plus, what's in a celebration for the city's Centennial? We'll show you. Here's something you might not know. Glenn Curtiss was well known for something else first. What was Curtiss's claim to fame before becoming an aviation trailblazer? The answer after the break. Before the break, we asked you, what was Curtiss's claim to fame before becoming an aviation trailblazer? Would you have guessed? Motorcycling legend. Glenn Curtiss was first famously known for being the fastest man on earth for his motorcycling speed skills. He rode his V8 motorcycle up to 136.3 miles per hour on Ormond Beach back in 1907. The allure of air travel is universal, and it has a home here in Miami Springs.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, Janine, how you doing?
How are you?
Good, good. Welcome
We
to the
took a
Pilot
trip to the famed Pilot House, the aviation-themed restaurant and bar, now at a new location on top of the Wyndham Hotel on Northwest 36th Street. The original business that opened in the 1940s was the favorite watering hole for airline workers, mostly because for years it never closed.
I guess these were your old stomping grounds.
Yep, yeah, it is.
Larry Kelly is a retired dispatcher with Eastern Airlines.
We're responsible for, the flight plan, the fuel, the route. Almost everybody in Miami Springs worked for one of the airlines, either Pan Am, National, American, or Eastern. But Eastern was the biggest at the time. The terminal used to be right here.
From the Pilot House balcony, you can see where Eastern's operations and maintenance base used to be at Miami International Airport. When Eastern moved here in 1935, special pricing and financing on homes in Miami Springs was offered to workers.
What year was this from?
Want to see some vintage uniforms and swag? The Historical Society has a collection.
We just got this about 2 months ago.
What do you think about when you see these old uniforms?
Incredible. It looked sharp. I remember the millions of miles that uniform put on over the years.
And the connection to Miami Springs?
Yeah.
Everything is new. From gourmet food service to new uniforms on Eastern's pilots, ramp agents, sky caps, and ticket agents. By mid-1965, a crop of newly graduated ground hostesses will have carried the new look to 18 Eastern cities.
But in 1972, tragedy for the airline. Flight 401 was heading from New York to Miami when it crashed into the Everglades, killing 101 people. A monument in Miami Springs now stands to honor those who lost their lives. Today, Miami International Airport is one of the busiest in the world. A private terminal once used by Pan Am has been restored to its old-school glamour. And across the street, as Miami Springs turns 100, a look back at its aviation roots in founder Glenn Curtiss.
We say the Wright brothers are, overrated.
The world might know the Wright brothers and that first manned airplane flight in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. But to some, it was Curtiss who's the unsung hero in the aviation world. building and breaking records, flying a pioneer biplane called the Junebug, then working with the military with other aircraft.
Glenn Curtiss has established several airfields in South Florida. He actually taught Augustine Parla, the father of naval aviation, was one of Glenn Curtiss's first students in 1912. From there, he established a school on Miami Beach.
For residents, the intersection of flight and life is only natural.
The city of Miami Springs in our 100-year.
The future is only looking up for Miami Springs. We show you the celebrations, the community, and the people who make this city what it is today. And a peek at how the ink turned out. But first, one last trivia question for you. What was another invention tied to Glenn Curtiss? Take a minute to think about it. We're back with the answer next. What was another invention tied to Glenn Curtiss? Anyone guess? Curtiss developed the first flying boat, the Model E, in 1913.
Can you see by the dawn's early light?
Centennial celebrations are underway in Miami Springs. Music.
I think it's amazing. I think it's really fun.
Kids. Food. And a look to what's next.
The sky is the limit for this beautiful city. I think a lot of special things are coming this year and the next for the Springs and for the surrounding community.
A big change, a big change. The people have changed, but we've been lucky that the new people also value history, and that's why we need to keep the history of this city going forward.
It's always been a special place, and I mean, I raised my kids here.
Back at the tattoo parlor.
I love the city. Like now this month I'm moving from here, so I'm coming over here. I really love the environment.
The owner says he's decided to move here. And while we might not have gotten permanent ink, Miami Springs no doubt leaves a lasting impression.
We truly have that small town feel where everybody knows your name.
To mark 100 years, there will also be the unveiling of a monument commemorating Glenn Curtiss and that Junebug plane that helped make his name.
And he's probably the most unsung Florida pioneer. His name should come out just the same as Julia Tuttle, Mary Brickell, George Merrick. Nobody has had more of an impact in South Florida that also had an impact on industries. That airport is there because of Glenn Curtiss.
As for the Curtiss Mansion, it continues to be a centerpiece for the city that was a labor of love.
In the 1990s, this thing was a collapsed, burned building. And there were a lot of different thoughts about, well, should we rebuild it? Should we use it for park space? Should we bulldoze the building? It took 14 years from that point to complete it, but it got completed, and now it's like the pride of Miami Springs.
What do you think Glenn Curtiss would think if he were to see it now?
Well, I think he would love it. I mean, it's a beautiful city. The streets are clean. We have a low crime rate. The golf course is in beautiful condition. There's lots of activities. It's a bedroom community. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
What do you think Glenn Curtiss would think if he saw all of this and Miami Springs and South Florida as it is today?
He would be proud. He would wish he would be able to get back into it in no more time just to get the view of it all.